Hey guys, sorry, my computer is trying to do all of its reboots. Remind me tomorrow. Do y'all ever do that too? Where you just remind yourself the next day. If you guys are here, I would love to say, okay, so I know so many of you have names, like profile names that aren't your actual name. Hi, Amy. Hi. And so if y'all are wanting me to like address y'all in any way, don't forget to say what your name is too, because sometimes like my friend, for example, she might come on here, the messy bun. Her name is Megan, but I wouldn't know that because of her thing. So hopefully I can keep up with your names. Hi, girls. I see everybody getting on here. Hi, Carly. I am just going to chat for a second at the beginning. I promise I'll try not to be super long-winded. I had to run upstairs because my kids are watching a movie. Hopefully they'll stay good. I gave them a little pep talk, but Mark has a work call right now too. So I didn't want the kids. I know it's mom life and it's perfectly fine if they come running in, but I didn't want them to just come in here, especially, they don't have clothes on or whatever. So I had to run upstairs. I tried to think of like the cleanest area I could go to really quickly that had good internet, and that's Kate's room because she always keeps her room clean. So hi. I'm so happy that you guys are here. I have talked about this. Hi, Skylar. Hi, Julia. Happy birthday. I have talked about wanting to come on and do this for so long, and I think looking back, it would have been really nice for me to have somebody like, it's always good to talk to somebody who's not better than you, but further along in their journey than you, if that makes any sense. And I didn't feel like I had that, especially not on a friendship level. Like, I hope you guys just feel like we're friends. And no, I can't know everything that's going on in y'all's, I just changed out my Invisalign. I can't know everything that's going on in y'all's lives at all times, but I hope that you guys feel like you can always reach out to me. I try so hard to keep up with my messages on Instagram and stuff. And I just know starting out, I would have loved to have a friend or somebody in my life that was maybe further along in the journey that I could ask questions to or just feel like I could relate to. So that's pretty much what this live is about. If you have tuned in and think that this is a live, like that Mark and I do and we go live, this is not that. So I'm really sorry. I totally understand if you don't want to be here. It might be boring just to listen to me talk. Hi, Heather. So I totally understand if you tune out. So that's just going to preface everything. I might kind of remind people throughout because I know that a lot of times people jump on and they would be like, why are you just sitting there talking? So that's what this is all about. I just wanted to say hi to you guys. Hi, Courtney. You are so, so sweet. Karen, hi. Hi, Carol. Hi, everybody. Hi, Melanie. Do you go by Mel, Melanie? I feel like your Instagram is Mel, right? Brittany. Okay, good. Robinson real life is Brittany. So I'll probably have to be reminded more, but it's hard to know when your names don't match up. Haley, you're so sweet. Okay, I want to hear all you guys' stories. And actually, I would love if after this, you guys we can further message on Instagram. But I just wanted to start off by talking a tiny, tiny bit about me. I promise this is not like about me, but just to give my background on stuff. So when was it? September of 2018. What's this year? That feels right to say. September-ish of 2018. My sisters and I kind of got this idea like, oh, it'd be so fun to start channels. And we actually all three wanted to start one together. And then we were like, logistically, that is not going to work out. So let's all think about what our passions are or what we're good at, and let's divide and conquer. So my older sister ended up not really wanting to start a YouTube channel. My younger sister started one for makeup, and then she kind of found that I think I could let her speak for herself because I know she comes on here sometimes. That's Jen. Hi, Amy. And I think she just realized how much work it is, you guys. It's so much work. And I feel like that is something that if I'm going to come on here and talk about starting a YouTube channel and don't include how much stinking work it is, that's just not fair to y'all. So I just have to say that. And I think it was a lot of work for her, and she hadn't quite gotten to the point where she was editing her videos on her own. I know Michael was helping her a little bit. So she kind of decided like, maybe this isn't right for me right now, which is totally understandable. And then there's me who was like, I'll just keep cleaning my house and keep on filming it and showing it to y'all. So I decided that because I love to clean and I love to organize and I love to talk clearly, that I was like, I'll just start a channel and see what happens. And I'm not going to say it took off. I worked my tail off, but it has gotten to a point that I even never thought it would get to now. And we're still growing and I'm still learning, but I love what I do. And then I got to the point where I was like, my kids love to be on camera. They love to talk. They love to get to know y'all and interact with y'all. And they wanted to be a part of the channel. And I wanted to show more of my family life. So Mark and I thought through it so much. You guys, it's about to rain here. I'm sorry if y'all hear the storming. And I realized that I wanted to start a family vlogging channel, but my cleaning community might not be that interested in our family life. And I actually did a poll on YouTube, and so many of y'all said, start a separate channel because I'm just here for the cleaning, which I love the honesty and it's totally understandable. I get it. So we started a separate vlogging channel. Best decision I ever made. I'm not saying that's for everybody, and you probably don't really want to start off with 2 channels, but we waited a while and then we branched off, and now I have 2 channels and I love them both. I love both. Vlogs are way easier to film, way easier to edit. You don't have to think about your camera angles. You don't really have to think about anything. You just vlog. Cleaning videos are much harder, much more time consuming to edit, much more time consuming to film, and you always want to constantly be mixing up what you're doing and your angles and all that so you don't bore people to tears. So if you're wanting to start a channel and you're thinking both like, hey, I love family life and I want to vlog, but I also love cleaning and I don't know which one to start, vlogging is a lot easier. I'll just say that much. Hi, Lauren. Yes, Lynn. So, and my sweet friend Lynn is here, and she's so right. So much goes into cleaning videos. It's just really unreal. Vlogs and YouTube channel, I heard you make more money on vlogging. Is that what you're saying? I don't really know. That's not the case for me, but I know that might be the case for some people. Hi, Letty. Yes, y'all can clean while listening to me if you want to, because I know it might be weird just to sit here and stare at my face. But I wanted to, as we go further into this, I'm not just going to blab for 100 years, but I want to share my experiences along the way, but I want to tie my experiences in with your questions. So I would love for you guys to ask any and all questions you can think of, but I just want to, you live in Peachtree City? Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, we're very close. I do want to say that I go back and watch my lives afterwards, and I scroll the questions mainly to see like what people said, because when you're talking, it's so much harder than you think to talk and to keep up with the text scrolling. And I know that I miss questions, and I miss questions that are repeatedly asked. And I just want to say in advance, I'm so sorry. I am going to try so hard, but when I start to answer a question and another one's asked, my focus can't really focus on the next question. So I'm going to try my hardest. You guys like think of your questions and I'll try to go, and you can always ask them again if you need to, but I'm just going to start with a couple now. What do I use to edit? So I have a MacBook Pro laptop that I'm on right now, but you guys know I'm not a huge Apple fan, even though we have a bunch of Apple stuff. I don't think it's very user-friendly. I don't know, but you just have to have it for what I use, which is iMovie. So I edited for the longest time on my phone. I always filmed from day one on the same camera that I have right now, which is a Canon G7X Mark II. I got it from Best Buy, and I believe it was about $600, I want to say. I had researched and read that a lot of people said that those were good cameras, and I'm not going to start off my channel by spending thousands of dollars on a camera when I can get one for $600. So that's what I did. I also bought a tripod from Amazon, and I transferred all of my footage from my camera to my phone, and I edited on iMovie on my phone for months and months and months until I made enough. Actually, it was past that point, but once I was making good money on YouTube, I was like, okay, I can justify getting a laptop to maybe make things easier for me. So that's that was my situation with that. Courtney, do you think you can be a full-time RN and start a YouTube channel? So I'm assuming with your nursing schedule that you're doing like 312s or something like that. And I can't remember if you have any kids. I would say if you don't have any kids, absolutely, you could start a channel. If you have kids, that is very tough because kids are time consuming, and obviously they pretty much always need and want and have to come first. So I would say if you don't have kids, then yes. If you do, then you could probably start slowly, maybe like one video a week. Catherine, yeah. So it really wasn't that bad. And so many people couldn't believe that I edited from my phone and saying that it seemed like it's a nightmare and all that. It was like actually really easy. That's thunder, by the way. It's not my stomach growling. I was hangry earlier and I ate, and I'm all better now. I actually really loved it. And when I first got my laptop, I let it sit in a box for a couple of weeks. And yeah, Megan's an RN and she can get it done and she's amazing, but it might not be for everybody is what I was saying. But I didn't want to open my laptop because I was so used to this. I don't always like change. And then I opened up my laptop to start working, and I'm not a cusser, but I'm telling you, that's what I was feeling in my heart. I was like, I can't handle this. I don't understand this. I wanted to throw my computer out the window. I didn't get it. It didn't come easy to me. And even though I like to push and make things happen, I was like, I'm returning this. Like, I can't stand it. But it took a couple weeks and months, and I got used to it. And now it's like completely second nature to edit on here. It's not iMovie, and that it's very user friendly. It's not difficult. It was difficult for me because, there's some stuff missing in here, but I just don't really love the layout of things on a Mac, if that makes sense. Hi, Mags. I am doing good. Okay, Brittany, thank you for saying your name. I do not use a mouse, and Mark is like, how can you not use a mouse? He has his like fun little setup in his little office downstairs, and he has, I think, 3 or 4 computer screens, and he definitely uses a mouse. He is so fast at like typing and typing numbers and using a mouse and using Excel, and it amazes me, but I'm like, But you know what? Like when I start thinking about my little finger going on this mouse track thing, whatever this is, I'm pretty fast too. So you have to have now the rules might have changed, but I got monetized I started my channel the very end of December 2018. So technically, really, it was the beginning of January 2019. I got my email on April 1st of 2019 saying that I had officially been monetized. And I thought it was an April Fool's joke, even though I knew I was at 400 hours. No, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, right? Yeah, that sounds right. It's a lot. It feels like a lot, but then right after that, it's like you start growing so much faster and you feel like that it didn't take that long to get to that point. So that seems hard at first, but I promise you, it's really not hard to get to that. Yes, 4,000. Hi, Megan. I was talking about you earlier. Okay, I grew up with Apple products. I feel the way, I'm sure it's just based on what you're used to. That's absolutely true. I did not grow up with Apple stuff or anything. I can't even remember what my last laptop was, but I think if I had grown up with it, it would be so much easier. But no. It's a learning curve, but it's worth it to make your life a little bit easier, I guess. Yes. So yeah, you're right. 4,000 does seem like a lot, but I mean, now I wonder if I could look up my hours right now of watch time. Like, it's like some crazy, insane number. So I'm telling you, it feels like a big hill at first to climb, but once you hit it, you're going to look back and see that you're already at 8,000 watch hours or whatever, like soon after you hit 4,000. So I promise you, it's not that big of a deal. My biggest thing is, hi, Kristen, and this is what I'm telling you, this is when my channel first started taking off. At first, I was like, I'm just going to film a video and post it. My first video, actually, I had no idea what I was doing, like zero. I filmed the whole entire video in just like the fast motion on my camera. It wasn't even like, I didn't even have to speed it up. It literally filmed on that setting. I don't know. I was still proud of it and I posted it. But what was I even saying? Literally, I'm losing my mind. Literally, what was I saying? Okay, I'll move on to the next question because I just forgot completely what I was saying. Amy, what do I use for voiceover? So a lot of people use use little microphones and speak into them. And I've looked into them so much, but I feel like they don't really have the best reviews online. So I was going to look into that even more. What I do right now, which has been frustrating me lately, if y'all follow me on Instagram, you have seen that my fan takes off like crazy when I'm trying to do voiceovers. All I do is literally sit right here in front of my laptop and speak into my computer like this. And they're fine. To me, they're clear enough. You can hear them. They're great. It just doesn't work out well when you are when your fan goes off and you can't concentrate because it's so loud, and you can hear the fan in the voiceover. So you don't want it to be going off while you're doing your voiceover. So if I ever find a microphone or hear of a microphone that's good, I will let y'all know. I know my friend Megan uses a microphone from Loving Life as Megan. I can maybe see which one she uses because I know that she loves hers. Can you please say hi, Divya? Is that how you say it? My breakfast was the blueberry, I don't even know what they're called. Those little crackers that you'll see me like putting into the bins. What are they called? It was blueberry. They were really, really good. Okay, so y'all can connect too on here. And if you guys like your microphones, you should share them on here and then people can buy them, especially if they're a good deal. I feel like I've had a lot of YouTube friends who have bought microphones and can't stand them. So that's that. What about AirPods as a microphone? So I've plugged in my earbuds before and spoken into the microphone, but it's still not as clear as talking into my laptop. So yeah, so how fast did I get to my 1,000 followers? It was from basically the beginning of January until April 1st is when I got monetized. So actually I had watched a YouTuber talking about how, like, yeah, you can get monetized, but you're not going to get your first check for a really long time because I think you need to hit the $150 threshold to get your first check. But I don't know if it's just because of the niche that I'm in, but cleaning channels, I don't think you struggle as much to hit that threshold because my first month was much over $150. And obviously every month since then has been too. So it's really not difficult to get to, what I was saying earlier when I got distracted, which y'all probably already reminded me. But what took my channel off was originally I just started filming videos and posting them. I didn't know much of what I was doing. And then I decided I am going to come up with a schedule and I'm going to stick to it no matter what. Even though my views aren't super high right now, I'm going to treat this like it is a full-time job and I'm going to give it my all. It was a little bit easier at the time because my kids were in school, not Bo, but the rest of the kids were in school and I had a little bit of a break. Now we don't, and there's no end in sight. So, get on a schedule. I'm telling you, I really don't care what anybody says. Some people say schedules don't matter. Schedules don't matter maybe if you're a family vlogger who has millions of subscribers. Schedules matter when you are trying to grow. Now, I'm not saying down to the hour, like you have to post at 8 a.m. or whatever, But I started posting every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Every single week I posted that. And my channel grew exponentially in that amount of time. Like, it really, really took off. And I'm telling you, if you want your viewers to stick around and to care, they need to know that you're serious about it. And a way to show them that you're serious about it is by having a schedule and sticking to it. And that's my advice. And maybe that doesn't work for every channel, but it's worked for me. And I truly don't see how it couldn't work for other channels too. Hi, Mercedes. I've missed a lot of questions, so I'm really sorry. My email. I don't know how to turn off my email thing. So from January to April of 2019, were you just posting once per week on the cleaning channel or what? I would say on average, I was posting about, I would love to look back and see when I came up with my schedule, but I would say I was posting about 2 times a week at that point. And I don't think my videos then were even as like jam-packed as they are now. Now I set myself to like a much higher standard. And I'm like, I always feel like, oh, I need to clean more. I need to make sure my videos are at least 30 minutes. Back then, I really didn't. I just kind of cleaned whatever I needed to and edited it and put it up. Lynn is a YouTuber. She surely is. Did she ask a question? I would say if Catherine can kind of speak to this as far as growth. She's on here too, I think, but she posts once a week. And I know there's been lulls for her where she hasn't grown as quickly as she wanted to. But then I also know that she has had moments of taking off where her channel growth is really, really good. So I think if you're willing to be patient and you don't care as much about like soaring to the top at the beginning, you're absolutely good to post once a week. And if you're just trying to get your feet wet too. How long does it take? So editing a vlog versus editing a cleaning video. Editing a vlog probably takes about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, unless I mix a lot of stuff in that's like it needs to go with music. It needs to be sped up and go with music. Yeah, Catherine's kind of speaking to her experience. Editing a cleaning video takes a minimum, like literally a minimum of 6 hours, anywhere from 6 hours to 14, 15 hours. And it sounds insane. And maybe some people can slap their videos together faster, but I think you'd be hard pressed to find somebody who can slap videos together faster and is also exponentially growing. Not that I'm saying I'm exponentially growing, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like they go hand in hand. You spend time and energy and put that into your videos, and it's going to come back to you, if that makes sense. One video is better than nothing. That's absolutely true. Megan, I haven't talked about niching yet. No, but I will. Thank you for loving me. What country am I in? Are you asking me? I'm in the United States. The problem I found with cleaning videos is that I would save my messes to film and then my house would be a disaster. Well, yes, my house is always a disaster. And I know I've talked about this before too, but ever since starting YouTube, my house is messier than it's ever been. And that's because I say like, oh, I'll save that mess so I can clean it. So it's more satisfying for my viewers. And then the mess becomes like a mess. And then it's like, whoa, now I'm going to get like haters, which is fine because the haters will come anyway. So you just let them come. Yes, I do stay up pretty late. So I think that's one thing I wanted to focus on as far as like, I feel like everything I see about people starting channels and this is not in any way me dissuading you from starting a channel, because I think that God has put in us special and unique abilities and talents in each individual person. And only you have that you can share with the world. But that doesn't mean that every single person is going to succeed at YouTube. And I don't mean that in any kind of negative way whatsoever, but I do feel like I see a lot of videos talking about like, everyone can do this, everyone can succeed. And I fully disagree. I think that if you have your mind made up and if you have done the research on what goes into actually having a YouTube channel, and if you have learned that, like, sometimes this is just the truth. Sometimes my husband has to be put on the back burner. Sometimes my kids have to be put on the back burner. Sometimes my friendships are going to suffer a little bit. Sometimes my family time is going to suffer a little bit. It's not all the time, but I'm just telling y'all this is the realistic side of YouTube that not a lot of people talk about. It's not all rainbows and butterflies, and you're going to be putting so much time into it. Like, sometimes I wake up knowing I need to edit a video, and all I want to do is like spend time with my family, or I see Mark resting on the couch with the kids and I get so jealous because I'm like, I want to rest on the couch with the kids. But in my mind, I can't rest. Like, I need to edit or I need to be filming. So if you are not willing to put in that time and energy into starting a channel and maintaining a channel, I don't think YouTube is for you. And then there's also that side of things where people say, like, well, I don't mind if I have slower growth. And if you truly don't mind it, then that's fine. But I think I'm so competitive with myself. I'm truly not competitive with any other person out there. I don't pay attention much to what other people are doing, except when they post like, oh, I hit 60,000 or 20,000 or whatever subscribers. I'm always like super happy for them. But I don't keep up with people in that, like, I care that if they're doing better than me or worse than me. I'm never competitive with other people. I get competitive with myself. And so I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, I don't mind just chilling behind and just let whatever happens. I'm like, no, I have to do this, and I want to do the best I can at my channel right now. And that's how I feel. And I also know that there are some people out there who say, like, you just have to do what you love and post what you love and don't worry about the rest. And I actually fully disagree with that too. I'm not saying that you can't love what you do, because I actually do love what I do. But I'm telling you guys, if this didn't become like a full-time job for me and an income, there is no way I could in good conscience take all the time away from my family and away from my friends and the mental space that it takes to have a YouTube channel. Whoa, that thunder. There's no way that I could continue to do that if it wasn't providing an income for my family, because this is providing a future for my children. And, it's allowing us to do things we want to do, and especially save for our children for the future. So the people who say that it doesn't really matter what you do, I'm not that type of person, I guess, if that makes sense. But I don't want it to sound like a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing that you work really hard and you want to make a little bit of money to provide for your family. Hi, Sonia. Oh, some people do delete their old videos. Yeah, I mean, I want to delete my first one, but everybody's like, you cannot delete your old ones. Any advice from your family channel experience? Really, I don't have a ton of advice as far as like that goes. I say just film what you want to film your daily life. It's been a little bit weird since we've been at home. You don't feel like there's a ton of content that you can have. Oh, hi, Grace. I didn't know that. And if you just film your daily life, and, that's either what people want to watch or they don't want to watch. And I think the biggest thing is, like, it is weird to start off filming and think like, well, nobody's going to watch this. So why, like, your attitude changes based on whether you think people are going to watch it or not. So if you're filming something and you automatically know you're going to have thousands of people watching it, you're more likely to be excited about what you're filming. Whereas if you're filming it and only a couple of people are going to watch, it's weird to get excited about it. But you have to have that futuristic mentality of like, there will come a time when there are thousands of people watching this, and I want to already be to that point where people don't look back and watch my old videos and think like, wow, she's changed a lot. Because I think people could even say that about me. At first, I seemed like, first of all, way countryer. And I don't know how you can get countryer than how I talk. I mean, you can. I have a lot of friends who are countryer. But then also just much more shy and like meek. And that's really not who I am as a person. Like, what you're seeing right here is who I am. So I I say just like start off being exactly who you are and don't think about the fact that like only a few people might be watching it at first, you know? What did Victoria say? Oh, North Carolina. How long before you started doing sponsored videos did they reach out to you or you reach out to them? So at the very first, there are going to be people who are reaching out to you that just want to send you products for you to talk about on your channel. And I'm the same way about, is my computer starting to do the fan thing? I'm the same way about products as I am about collabs. I don't do a ton of them. I don't think that it's worth it. It is nice to receive a fun few products. I think at the very beginning, I was so excited that people even saw me as a channel and wanted to send me things. But you have to get to a point where, you know, like I'm worth more than just being sent a free product, you know? And then once you get, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Social Blue Book, but you can get on there and plug in your YouTube channel. You can plug in your Instagram and thank you, Victoria. And you can see how much you are worth. So at the beginning of all this, I would go on there and it would say like for an integrated video, which is just you talking about a product that is willing to sponsor you. Like when I did my RoboRock video, which I actually, well, not actually, of course I love the product. I would have done so many more sponsorships before now if I had done everything that, you know, comes my way. I'm very, very picky about the sponsored videos that I do. But they reached out to me and said, we would like to pay you this amount of money to do a sponsored video for us. So you end up talking about them in your video anywhere from like 2 to 4-ish minutes, and then they send you the money. But I will say you get to a certain point where you realize your emails become so overwhelming that you will want somebody helping you out in that department because you have to weed through the scams and the crazy people and pretty much just that. You have to weed through all the craziness, and it would take you hours to go through your emails every day. So at some point you will want somebody helping you with all that. Have you found the sweet spot on how often to post? So I think it just kind of happened the way it happened. I originally started off posting every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I will answer that, Sheila, just one second. And then I realized that was way, way, way too much. And so I went down to every Sunday and Thursday, and I've stuck with that ever since until all of the recent things that started happening in March where we were all home together for hours and hours and hours. And I went down to posting once a week, and my channel really took off. And I don't understand if people were excited because of all the room changing up. I think that's what it was. Mostly my channel started growing. But then I realized like, I don't only want to post once a week. I want to post more than that. So now I'm back to every Sunday and Thursday. But I kind of had to come to Jesus with myself last night and realize like, okay, Joanna, you got to calm down just a little bit. And so I think I'm going to do every Sunday, every single Sunday, and every other Thursday. And the people who love me, I know, will just not mind at all what I do. Okay, Sheila, I'm going to try to remember exactly what you said, but you asked about revenue coming in and if you get most of it from your AdSense or from sponsorships. Yes, Melanie, I do. I'll talk about that in a second too. Your AdSense is going to, well, it depends, it's relative. It depends on how much you consider to be a lot of money. But for me, and I'll just be so real with y'all, I've done in a year and a half, I've done 2 sponsored videos, 2. And I do have another one in the works right now. And that is because, first of all, I'm very, very picky. And secondly, I don't want to water down my channel and become unrelatable. So those are the reasons for that. But also, I don't get why people get so upset when YouTubers do sponsored videos. Like that kind of bothers me too, because it's kind of like, if you had the opportunity to do that and you could sponsor a product that you fully believe in on your channel and you could make money for your family, why would you not do it? If you were given that opportunity, you would do it too. So, hot marks here. So don't hate on YouTubers for doing sponsored videos. Just let them do it and skip through it. I'm still not going to be like, my videos aren't going to be like sponsorship heavy, but I am going to do them from time to time just because they reach out to me and I really love the product. But y'all, this is why I need Mark in my life, because I'm like, what was I just saying? Oh, your money. So your AdSense money is a good bit. I mean, it's not like we're talking about, it's all relative. So I post videos twice a week. So I'll go off what I post. Each of my videos, at least before a couple of videos ago when that took a little dip, we're hitting about 100,000 or more each, and views, not dollars, views. And each month you do bring in thousands from your AdSense. Now, I think I would get in trouble if I say the exact amount, but I'm just saying that's what you make just from people watching your ads on YouTube. But, and what everybody else says is the big money comes from sponsored videos, and that is 100% the truth. So you can go on Social Blue Book and see what you're worth. You can see, like, let's just say, for instance, your low amount is like, which I don't know how that's showing up to y'all. Your low amount is like $2,000 of what you could ask for an integrated video. Your median range is like 7,000 and your high range is like 12,000 or something. That's not the middle of those two numbers, but whatever. So you would ask, what a lot of people say is you ask for over what the high amount says. So you would ask for more than $12,000 for an integrated video. Typically, they're going to come down from that and meet you somewhere in the middle. And that's for one video. And those are not my dollars amounts. I'm coming up with a scenario for you. And that's one video. So say you did 2 sponsored videos a month, you add that up and then you add your AdSense into that. And you're looking at a good month's salary, in my opinion. What is Mark doing? I think it's good for sponsorships. People do it all the time when they share what they like, but they don't get paid. Yeah, some people don't get paid and some people do. And I think truly you should be genuine in what you share. I don't think you should just share every single thing that comes your way. But if there's a product, especially a product that I'm already using, if they reach out to me to promote them even more, I would say absolutely, I'm there. I will promote it. Because what happens when I share something on Instagram? People message me and say, hey, do you have a link for that? Hey, can you share that? And it's beneficial to everybody. It's mutually beneficial. So I think it's great. And y'all just keep that in mind. Don't hate on people for doing sponsored videos. Yes, exactly, Jackie. As long as the YouTuber likes the product and will stand by it, for sure. Thank you, Netta. Can you put more laundry motivation in? I will. We have so much laundry. Mark's actually working on laundry right now. You need to love it before, yes. What happens when people skip your ads? Don't most people skip, though? I'm sure a lot of people skip the ads, but I think a lot of people know, like my friends in the neighborhood, for instance, they're always like, I watched your video and I made sure not to skip the ads, which I don't care. They're so sweet. They're just like being sweet to me. But I think there are a good group of people in the YouTube community, or at least my viewers, who realize that it is how I make my money, or a part of how I make my money. So they don't skip the ads, or they put it up on their TV, or they're watching it on their phone when they're busy and they don't have an opportunity to skip the ads. So I think that's where revenue comes from. YouTube did change its policies about kids, but I have noticed 0 changes whatsoever. So I got nervous at first, but there's nothing that has changed. You've been so motivating to me. I asked on Instagram what Ava's paint color was. I'm currently picking my dining room color. Yes. Did I answer you? Ava's paint color is Sherwin-Williams Naval. It was actually a color match to that color, but it is so, so pretty, and I love it. Can of Dr. Pepper. What is it? Did Mark say something? Yeah, a lot of times, Netta, I get like that too, where I'm so busy cleaning, which I don't skip ads since becoming a YouTuber, because when I'm watching my friends' videos, I realize like I want to be able to help them out, and I want them to get you know, the more pennies that they can get, the better, I guess. We have so much laundry and I don't like laundry. Yes, I feel you. I feel you so much. Oh, are you painting it that color? That's so exciting. I want to see it when you're all done with it. How did you get your videos out there when you were just starting? So like, how did they get promoted and stuff? Is that kind of what you're asking? So, oh, Dr. Pepper. I got my Dr. Pepper right here. I would love a Dr. Pepper sponsorship. I could not even handle that. I am a nobody to Dr. Pepper, though. They are everything to me, though. They will always be in my heart. Jenny from the Mop. That is so cute. When I first started my videos, I didn't even know that you could hashtag your videos, which is showing how little I knew. But in each of your videos description boxes, and most of you guys know this already, you have the opportunity anywhere in your description to do 3 hashtags. So I just pick different ones every time. I do like hashtag disaster cleaning, hashtag messy house clean with me, hashtag clean with me 2020 or something like that. And that makes your content more searchable. And then in your tags underneath, so those are your 3 hashtags that will show up underneath your video. But then down further, you have your tags where you can put up to a certain amount of characters. And that's when I just put everything I can think of, like clean with me, speed clean with me 2020, like all those type of things. And truly that's what's going to push your videos out there. I've heard of people like paying to promote your video. I have no idea how you even do that. And I would say that couldn't possibly be worth it, because if you have a video that, like, say you have a video that goes viral and that's the reason why your channel has grown to the subscribers it has, this thunder, you don't want people to come back to your channel and see that you have a ton of subscribers, but your views are really, really low. And they're low because you had one video that took off and people subscribed, but then they didn't watch any more of your videos. You don't really want that. And the truth is, at the end of the day, your subscriber count doesn't matter. Like it does to a certain extent, as far as like it kind of is a meter for how well you're growing and people are enjoying your content, but your views are what matters, your views. So just keep that in mind too. Amy, I make way more money on my AdSense from my cleaning videos than my vlogs. My vlogs are straight from my heart. I'll just say that much. And yeah, I don't make a ton of money over there, and that's okay. What is he doing? Y'all tell me what he's saying. I don't even know. Okay. I cannot even. I think I don't like Dr. Pepper. I'm a Coke. I love Coke too. I love Coke, and I actually had a cherry Pepsi earlier today. But right now I'm drinking Dr. Pepper because I can only drink drinks that are already cold from the refrigerator, and I have to pour them in, and they don't taste good if they're room temperature. And my Pepsis were room temperature. Do you make more if we comment on videos? So there's a whole back side of YouTube that I'm telling you right now, nobody, even like the YouTube people, they don't even know. It's like a weird, strange algorithm. It's something different every time. So some people are like, the way you grow your channel is you have to post on specific days. And then some people are like, the way you grow your channel is you have to use this specific hashtag. And then some people say, the way you grow your channel is if you get a ton of comments on your videos. I do think the longer people watch your videos, and that's why we do encourage people. I don't as much, because I'm like, if people want to watch my video all the way through, they're going to watch it all the way through. I'm not going to have to say, watch my video all the way through, they're going to want to be here. But I do think YouTube pushes your content out more to people who have not seen your content if the people who are watching your video stay longer. So, and with that staying longer, I think interaction does play a part in that. It's not necessarily that I will be paid more from your comment, because I don't get paid at all for your comment, but it's that my video will then, if people are interacting on my video, it will be pushed out more and more people would see it and more people would watch the ads. And then from that, you would make more money. So technically, yes. Are there certain things you don't film cleaning wise because you think it will be boring or repetitive to people? You know, it's funny. I feel like I clean my kitchen and living room a lot, and sometimes I avoid those areas because they're such a common area that gets messy. And when I avoid them, people comment in the videos that they miss me like doing dishes. So I'm like, well, maybe people don't mind. And then I get messages saying like, I actually love how you clean the same things. Like you keep having to go back to those things to clean because that's what real life is. And that's what motivates me to know like, hey, Joanna's having to clean her dishes 400 times a day, every single day. Joanna's having to sweep her floor every single meal and more. So it's normal things that we as moms are doing that we just need a little bit of extra motivation for. I will say I don't clean my bathrooms a ton on YouTube because I get a lot of comments saying people think it's nasty to clean your toilet on film. And I actually kind of agree. It's super nasty. That's right. Yes, there's always going to be haters. Did you always only do cleaning videos on my Joanna Thornton channel? No. So I started off doing cleaning and then I was like, I'm going to vlog on here too. I'm going to do that. And every time I vlogged, my channel took such a hit that it took weeks to come back from. And it was like I'd lose subscribers. I would lose watch time. I would lose views, obviously, because people weren't interested in my vlogs, which is understandable. They came for cleaning motivation. And so after that, I decided but I was actually really frustrated and I'm very stubborn. And I was like, I'm not starting a separate channel. If people want to dip out, they can just dip out. I want to share what I want to share. And then I realized I've worked so hard to make this a job for me. And why am I going to sabotage it when these people truly do like coming to my channel for cleaning motivation? So then we decided after a few weeks to just split off and do the next one. Amy, you don't show your toilets. I've never even really thought about that. Yes, it is super awkward. Are you going to share fall decorating? Absolutely. I'm going to decorate for fall. I'm not one of those people that goes all out. But yeah, I don't know what Mark is saying. And that is terrifying to me. Yes, Catherine. So Catherine's one of those channels. First of all, I love her. She is, if you guys aren't following Catherine Elaine on here, you need to find her and go subscribe to her because she is so sweet and she's just the best. And her cleaning videos are very peaceful and calming. Mine are look at my mess. But what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by the next one. But go follow Catherine if you do not follow her. How do taxes work with YouTube? That is all in Mark's hands. So his job is taxes for the company that he works for and payroll and all that. So he is very, very smart in that department as far as what he knows. And so each check that I earn, they pay to some account. I don't know. He can tell you. It's one of our accounts. And he immediately takes out the taxes or what we will owe for it, and we set it to the side because you don't want to get to tax season, or he has it taken out of his next check, I think. But you don't want to get to tax season and be like, I made all this money on YouTube, and then you're like, oh wait, now I need to pay $12,000. You just don't want to get to that point. Dottie's already following Catherine. She's very, very sweet. Speaking of decor wise, Amy Fritz is your girl. If you guys are not following her, you need to be following her. She's another very I feel like I always talk about people. I'm like, she's a very calm person because I feel like I'm the opposite of calm, even though I get those comments oh, I like your voice. It's so calming. I'm like, yeah, but I'm also all over the place all the time. People got crazy. Everybody poops. Oh, I missed something, Madison. I missed something. What is my favorite shampoo? Right now I'm using... You know what? I got to get back to you on that. I'm not sure. It's a white conditioner bottle and a black shampoo bottle. Nexus. I'm using Nexus, and I really, really love it. I get it from, I don't even know, anywhere, honestly. Not Catherine. I just read Catherine. I think I got this one from Target. Where did we go to college? So I went to Clayton State in Morrow, Georgia, and I got my degree in middle grades and early childhood education. Mark went to Georgia State and he got his degree. He had a double major in accounting and finance. He also has his CPA, and he's like doing his master's classes too. Yeah, Megan. So Megan, somebody y'all should follow too. I'm sorry I keep shouting out all these people, but she has a huge family, just like me, but more. And she works and she keeps up with her family, and she does an incredible job. So you guys should follow her too. My uncom makes me laugh because it reminds you of yourself. Yeah. I mean, I just like, I feel like too many times people are like, I just like to keep it real. I'm like, well, I mean, I like to keep it real, but not too real. Because if I kept it real, then it would be something. But I do like to keep it semi-relatable. When and why would you get a management team? If you feel like you're getting to the point where your views are consistently 50, 60, 70,000, possibly even hitting like 100,000 on each of your cleaning videos. That's to the point where you're past like what a commercial would be viewed and stuff like that, where you have made a name for yourself in the cleaning community, even though people still don't know who you are, because a lot of people don't know who I am, and that is fine. But that's when you know that your videos are reaching a ton of people, I would say. And I was so stubborn about it. In fact, I never even planned on talking about this, because I've talked with my friend Amy Darley in detail about this, how it's so off-putting for me to say like, oh yeah, I have a manager. Like, that sounds gross to me, honestly, because I like to work hard for what I do, and I don't like to, I don't know. I don't want people to think like I think I'm somebody. That's not it at all. Basically, it got to the point where my emails were so overwhelming. Oh, Madison, you showed poop. That is so funny. My emails were so overwhelming, and I could not tell the spammers from the non-spammers and scammers and all that. And I knew that I was bringing in enough views to make it worth it for a company to, sponsor one of my videos. So with the advice of people who I know and trust and love here in the YouTube community that have become some of my absolute best friends, Amy Darley being one of them. And I did reach out to a girl with a company, and she's incredible. Basically, what she took over for me is all of my emails. And not only that, but she has companies that she works with that are already very reputable, and she sends them to me, and she already has my rate for what I would charge for an integrated or sponsored video, and she can do all the communicating with them and sign on my behalf, and literally just send the contract to me with like any talking points or anything like that, and I do the video, and then I send it in for approval. So somebody was saying at one point, don't think about a manager until you hit about 50,000 subscribers. I think that's not a bad idea, I would say, because typically when you hit about 50,000, your views are pretty up there too, I would say. This is not all straight across the board. This is just generally speaking. Sorry, I'm reading through these. So hard to become friends with the girls on here who do cleaning videos. How was that for you? It was not too bad, I would say. Like, it's hard at the beginning because I took the approach that almost nobody else took. I felt like at the time, everybody was like, collab, get to know everybody in your niche, like, which we can talk about niching too. I actually say niche, but it sounds weird to say niche. I did not want to collab. I wanted to get to know people, truly get to know them, but I didn't feel like collabing every single video is where it's at for me. Also, collabs are stressful, if I'm being just honest about it. And a lot of times the collabs were an opportunity for me before I had my laptop, and I couldn't schedule videos, or anything. I just had to upload them. It was an absolute nightmare. I can't even go into all that. So collabs were stressful because people would be like, oh, do you want to post at 10 a.m.? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I'm like trying to calculate how much time it would take for me to upload a video from my phone. And it goes live at like 10:04 a.m. or something. I don't know. It was stressful. So I would rather take the approach of like, let's get to know each other behind the scenes. I will 100% like share your content, promote your content, but I don't really know if collabing all the time is great for any channel. So that part is kind of, I don't know. That's just how I feel. But as far as making friends, I would say like the best friends that I've made here on YouTube, just kind of weirdly happened organically. Like Denise Bangiev was one of my absolute best friends here, like first on YouTube. And then like Lynn White and I started talking, Aaliyah Martins and I started talking. And like since then I've grown closer with like so many more of y'all too. But I'm just trying to think about the people who came into my life at like just the right time. And Amy Darley is just like, she's just incredible. Like I can't even describe how much I've learned from her. That's another thing. And Megan and I, the Messy Bun on here somewhere, were Marcoing the other day. I got to know her over the past year or two, and just randomly, like I think she commented on one of my things like, hey, can we be best friends? And I was like, sure. And I just started following her on Instagram, and then we have been talking ever since and have just become friends. So I think it just happens weirdly organically. Like you might find a connection with somebody but then sometimes you become friends with somebody and you realize like maybe this isn't the right type of friendship too. So you have to be kind of selective with that, because as you guys know, drama pops up in the YouTube world and you really have to choose your friends wisely, because it's hard when you're associated with certain people. Sorry, my nose is running. And you don't want to be pulled down into like the negativity, you know? I love you, Megan. I don't believe I've ever seen Amy Fritz ever collab with me. Is that what you're saying? Okay, Amy says Facebook groups, actually watching videos and leaving genuine comments, responding to Insta stories are the best way to make friends. I completely agree, Amy. I would say leave a genuine comment on someone's video, and don't, for the love, do not say, I have a channel too, please come check it out. I'm telling you, that's not the way to go. Or to say like, I just did the same thing on my channel. It just makes it, first of all those comments on my channel get sent straight to spam. Not because of anything I do, but because of what YouTube does. And I always allow them, because I'm like, it's fine if people want to promote their channel, but I'm telling you, I promise you, there are better ways to grow your channel. Truly, like Amy said, leaving like legitimate, thoughtful comments on someone's video, talking only about what you appreciate about their channel. And the more you leave those, your name will become ingrained in that person's head, and they'll realize like, this is somebody who truly cares about my channel and me, you know? Yeah, Kristen, there is a lot of drama. You just got to stay away from it. Thankfully I have. Nope, I'm not doing it. Yes, don't ask to collab in a comment. Megan, I agree with that. And y'all are so funny. If you want to like message somebody and get to know them better on Instagram and maybe ask, but to me, here's my thought. And I guess if y'all will just let me be honest for a second on collabing, do not ask to collab with somebody. It's like dating somebody, okay? Like you're not going to go in for the kiss until you've really gotten to know each other better and you just truly feel like you're on the same page. Or you can maybe, back up a little bit and wait for them to make the first move. I have never put anyone in that situation where I asked to collab with like a bigger channel and leave them feeling awkward because we're not sure, they're not sure if they want to collab with you or if they even know you that well. If it's a huge channel, I'm not saying mine, but like huge, like way, way, way big. Don't ask to collab with them. Get to know them, and odds are if they love you and they love your content, they will ask to collab with you. Now, there are a few exceptions here and there, and that's just the way it is. I will say that. But like, I would say just, date for a little while and see what happens. That's my thing. So worked so hard on that video, and then to promote your channel on there is hurtful. Yeah, it's just it is bizarre. And honestly, YouTube picks up on it because they send those comments to spam. And I don't know. What I want to say to people is like, you truly are not really helping your channel. And in doing this, like in chatting with you guys about stuff, I would say like my biggest thing is I personally, as one person, cannot help you reach your full potential. Like I can help you like with your mindset, maybe I can help you with a few like navigational things here and there, but what is it like you can lead a horse to water but you can't make him drink or whatever. That's literally the truth. Like you have to want it for yourself. Like you have to put in the work, you have to put in the time, and you have to just be confident in who you are as a person, because I mean, God gave you all your abilities and you are fully capable. If other people can start channels and succeed, you can too, but you can't do it through other people helping you. They've slightly paved the road for you to walk, but like you have to put in the work and you have to do things for yourself and think for yourself. And I would even add to that, you see a cleaning community out there and maybe you want to join in with the community, but instead of just joining in and becoming exactly who they are, maybe you should like pave your own road and say like, I want to do a cleaning channel, but maybe I can mix it up in this way and start something. And you never know, like it might take off. People might love what you do way more than those cleaning channels who have been out there for months or years. So join in, absolutely. I will never shut anyone out of like anything I have going on for sure, but also be your own person and don't try to like ride the coattails of another person. Do you use any lighting when you film your cleaning videos? I do not, but oh, Joy, I love you. I'm so glad you're here. I don't use any lighting, but my house is pretty light, so I don't have to. We are best friends, Megan. You guys, I posted this in my blog that I got these t-shirts from Target. They're the best ever. They're in the men's section, and when I buy t-shirts, I wear them like the next day. Case in point, my Beatles shirt, I wore it on Sunday. So, okay, can I just say, in no way am I being a brown noser, but I found your channel when I was going through a very depressing stage, and you were such a motivation for me to start your channel. Netta, you're so sweet. And you've been so kind to me on Instagram too. And I feel like those are the meaningful connections that you make, and not like, hey, want to collab? And you're like, wait, I don't even, what's your name? Like that type of thing. So any advice on getting comfortable in front of the camera? You know what I should show you guys? Okay, let me read the rest of this. I have tried filming, but hate the way I come across. You are not abnormal, Erin. I'm telling you, that is so normal. So right before I started my channel, no, it's today. Today's Tuesday, right? It was today, Sophie, but I'm glad you're here. I started filming myself, and I was like, I remember I was going to pick up my sister-in-law's veil from a place, and I was like, I knew I was never going to post it, but I was like, let me just like hold my phone up and like, film, even though I had my camera, but I was like, let me just try. And I watched my video back, and I literally I was cringing harder than anyone could ever cringe. I was like, nobody would ever watch this. This is despicable. Like I look like I possibly just got ran over. Like not even my appearance, but just like the way that I was coming across. I'm like, who are you? But I think it's like a mindset you have to have. Like when you know that people care about what you're saying, you are going to be more confident. And as hard as it is so hard to like transition into this mindset, but you have to, before you ever start, you have to envision the future and people following you and people wanting to hear your opinion and what you have to say. And you have to channel that early on in the game and just make it happen. Like, make it happen and just be confident. I'm telling you, like, practice as much as you need to. Practice talking to yourself, make a fool out of yourself, whatever you have to do. It will pay off and you'll get better. And the worst thing that can, I mean, not the worst, it's not the worst thing in the world if you film yourself, you post a few videos, and then you get more confident along the road and you go back to your old videos and you're like, I gotta delete this. I can't take it anymore. And you delete it and it's okay. Like, I personally left up my first few videos because it just shows like how much more comfortable I've gotten talking to a camera. I have never been uncomfortable talking to people or even like a small group of people, but talking to a camera is totally different. It's so weird. But I would say just practice, 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 and don't be afraid to like channel your confidence, if that makes sense. Hi, Monica. Oh, you found me through the girls' night. Was it Amy's girls' night? Where I am sometimes on camera a lot. It takes a while for people to get used to it. Yeah, it does take a while. And so I think, I don't know if I shared this with you guys, but I know I've shared this part because I don't stop talking about it, but I've been doing the online intros for my church this whole time that we've been home. I was asked to do it. I thought I was just going to do it for 1 week, and then I did it, and he was like, oh, you could keep doing it. And I was like, oh. So I've been doing it ever since, and we are back at church now. So a week before we went back into the building, he was like, hey, since you've been doing all the online intros, I thought it would be a really good and smooth transition for you to start doing all the intros in church, like on the stage. And I was like, sure, totally, I'll totally do that. And like hung up with him. And then I started thinking about it and I was like, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to be physically ill. I'm going to pass away. I cannot handle this. I know I've shared this with some of y'all. And then I realized, like, you know what? Public speaking is not my thing. It's not my thing. It doesn't mean I don't like to talk, and it doesn't mean I'm not a confident person, but it's not my thing. And so I finally told him, I was like, I think there's like probably 4 million people who would need to be in front of me in line to ask this to. So we worked it out. I didn't do it. It was the Lord's plan. I can promise you that. And yeah, so certain things are not everything has to be your thing. Public speaking is not my thing at all, and I don't think it ever will be, but that's okay too, and it doesn't mean you're not a confident person. Camera is so much easier, yes. Yes, Megan, that's private. I'm just kidding. I didn't really do that, but I felt like I was going to. Yeah, I mean, talking to a camera naturally, it just has to be easier. You can edit it. I mean, I can't edit this right now, but you can edit what you're saying. You can take a breather if you need to. You have time to feel more confident. You can wait until the jitters go away if you feel nervous. I don't know. It's just, yeah. You used to what, Amy? Into a comedy set. Yeah. Some people just have that gift. And I was even talking to my pastor. I'm like, what makes, I don't know, just like what makes somebody have that confidence? Because that's what I want to have, but I just have it in a different way. And that's okay too. Oh, Amy. Okay. You used to do church announcements every week. I thought I would vomit. Cameras are way better. You get second takes. Absolutely. But it's also the audience too. Like, I would have no issue going into a room full of like my friends and subscribers who I'm like really wanting to meet and going in there and being excited and talking to them. I would have no issue with that. I would have no issue with like, and I have before, like being on stage in front of like VBS kids, even a huge room of children. I have no issue with that. But there's just something about like living up to someone else's standards on stage. I was like, no. Do you have any tips for someone who's had a channel for a while, but is just now really focusing and putting in the work? So I don't know if you've been on here the whole time, but I will say my main thing is Aaliyah here? To break it down for you, my biggest and main thing is like I think my kids are coming for me, y'all, and I'm very sorry. You have to post on a schedule. You really have to. If you want to grow, you have to. And I would say start off trying to do twice a week. I think that helps. Now, you can play around with your days at first, maybe. Like, that's kind of what I did. And then I realized my videos that I post on Sunday do really, really well. And so I was like, well, I'm definitely going to stick with Sunday. And then spacing out of days, Thursday just made the most sense for my next day. But I would definitely say post consistently on a schedule, 1 to 2 times a week minimum. Try to, and this is what Megan was talking about earlier, like, find your niche. Unless you don't care about growing. If you truly want to just post whatever content you want to post about, you're not concerned about fast growth, you can post whatever you want to on your channel. And you know, there's a very small chance it will take off. There's also a really good chance it won't, because YouTube's algorithm is something that we cannot control. But find a niche and stick to it. So for me, it was cleaning. It can be organizing for you. It can be decluttering. It can also all be intertwined, because that's kind of how mine is. And stick to that no matter what. Make your titles that, make your hashtags that, no matter what, stick to that. Or you could also like have a cleaning channel and put in like some decorating videos every now and then. And those decorating videos might be the ones that take off, but maybe your cleaning one's not quite as much. And that's almost okay too, I feel like. Definitely stick to a posting day schedule. Definitely try to niche down as much as you can, to the point where I'll say, like, you can almost include like decorating, organizing, cleaning all in one niche. But to add in like family stuff or like meal plans and all that, it typically doesn't work for people if you want to grow. Those are the biggest things I would say. And like, try your hardest to just stay true to yourself. Actually, when my channel started taking off, I stopped watching some of the bigger YouTubers, and because I didn't want for in any way, shape, or form to be like copying what they're doing. I wanted to just form my own way and do what I wanted to do and include my family in it as much as I could, and try to be relatable and like not clean a clean house, because that would be the most untrue thing of what our house actually is, because it's always messy. So I would say those things right there, and then just truly stay true to who you are like the biggest things. Oh, hi. No, it's totally fine. Kids, I know. I do get it. Why do people turn comments off? Most people do not turn comments off. It says their comments are turned off, but YouTube a few years ago disabled comments on random people's channels, and they'll occasionally get them back. My throat's getting dry. But then they get turned off right away. I know for a fact Kristen Casper's that way. Aaron Williams is that way. Caitlin Nyers is that way. They do not choose to turn their comments off. YouTube does it for them. But it says, what's weird is it either says comments have been disabled or this person has turned comments off or whatever, but they haven't turned comments off. They've tried their hardest to turn them back on. So I think comments being disabled really hurts a channel, and that is super frustrating for those content creators out there. I would be devastated if my comments were ever turned off, because that's my most favorite part of this whole thing, is connecting with y'all. Like, I don't even know what I would do. I feel like I would just start a channel over, because I would be so sad. Mark says the same thing about his voice. So I missed the first comment that Amy said, but Jackie, I know when Mark hears his voice back in vlogs or whatever, he can't stand it. I think I've gotten so used to hearing my own voice that I don't worry too much about it anymore. It just is what it is. Mark was telling them to check out Aaliyah. That is so random, but I agree. Check out Aaliyah. Wendy, I can't tell you how much I look forward to seeing your videos. I feel like I am not in the crazy life alone when I clean along. Oh, that's what I want from people. Like, that is what I want, is just for you to feel like it's normal that there's mess there, and it's normal that you feel overwhelmed, and it's even normal that you feel frustrated, and maybe like not a ton of people are helping you. We're all in this together. I need to sip of my Dr. Pepper, BRB. Yeah, it's very much a full-time job. I had like this much cherry Pepsi left. And I was like, I'll just add Dr. Pepper on the top. That tastes a little weird. Oh, for a Canadian YouTuber. Okay, that totally makes sense. Yeah, she's in Canada. I do want to talk about the aspect of like how much time YouTube takes. I know I've gotten into it a tiny bit. And some people are like, oh, do you think I could do it? And I know I already got to that a little bit. Somebody, Courtney, I think, was asking about being a nurse. I think that if you are thinking, okay, let me just talk about my personal experience. And when I was teaching full-time, which I was only student teaching, but I was still doing all the work that a teacher would do. I was grading everything, doing the lesson plans, talking with the parents, doing all of that. And I was also working at Chick-fil-A a little bit while I was doing all that. There is absolutely a 0% chance, that was pre-kids, that I could have done YouTube to the extent that I'm doing it right now. Now, I know there's people like Catherine who can work full-time. I know she's at home now, but can work full-time and still post a video a week. I think I could do that. I think I could post one video a week. But I'm just saying, to the extent that I've been trying to do things and post 2 videos a week, as long as you know from the get-go, like YouTube is not, most of the time, you're not going to become some overnight sensation. You're not going to blow up. Some people do. Some people get lucky and grow really, really fast. And sometimes you look at what's going on for them and you're like, how in the world is that happening? Like, I'm super happy for them, but I don't understand it. It just happens for people sometimes. But up front, as far as starting a channel, if you are not willing to put in not just like 40 to 60 hours a week plus, but also a lot of mental space in your mind thinking about, like, should I clean that now or should I wait to clean it? Or when you're spending time with your kids thinking like, I wonder if I should be filming a video right now, because that's where my mind goes a lot. If you're not really wanting that to become part of your life, then YouTube is not for you. And just to grow to like what I have done, and I'm not speaking to what other people have done on their channels, because I know some people prefer only to post once a week. And some weeks I wish I only posted once a week, but I do not. Yes, she is from Canada. What did Melanie do? I'm working full-time and trying to do 3, and it's hard. I cannot imagine doing that. I will say, like, I can fully sacrifice my sleep, and y'all know I do. I almost never sleep, really. But I don't like filming when it's dark. I feel like it's not good lighting, and there's just something about it. And I feel like I'm restricted to my kitchen and living room because Mark is asleep in the bedroom and my kids are asleep. Oh, just scratch this desk. My kids are asleep upstairs. So like the only place I can clean is my kitchen and living room. So that would just get way too repetitive. So I pretty much have to film during the daytime. I don't know. You get limited with certain things like that. Hi, Brandy. Thank you. Do I homeschool my kids? I was forced into homeschooling them the end of this last year. No, they go to public school. We have a really good public school here locally, and we love it. I don't think school's going to start back in the fall, though. So, and I know y'all get so mad when I say that, but it's just how I feel. Yes, I'm always up. I'm always up. Oh, thank you, Emma. That's really sweet. I think my YouTube mentality is going to have to shift like in the fall. If we are home and I am homeschooling my kids, I've already talked about this with Mark a little bit. Like, I have 4 children who, yes, they're stair-step children, but they're all different ages and different grades and different levels of intelligence, which is just obvious. And the couple times that I have tried to sit them all down together and say, like, okay, this is what we're going to learn, it does not work. So we're going to have to do like block scheduling, where I just schedule out time for Ava and just for Kate and just for Max and just for Bo, and then also juggle my YouTube responsibilities, which is going to be a lot. Like, I'm not even going to pretend like it's not going to be a lot, but it'll be worth it. And I do public school at home, and man, that's actually a lot of work, to be honest. I was also looking into making a YouTube channel myself. Y'all, my throat is so dry. Hang on. You are super mom. It is obtainable. Like, I think that's why, like, I don't, in no way am I discouraging people from starting a channel, because I truly believe there's space for anyone on this platform who truly wants to work hard and achieve their goals and stuff. But I don't want to sugarcoat things. I think that's the thing. Like, I can't get on here and say, oh my goodness, guys, you won't believe it. Like, you can make thousands of dollars just by doing X, Y, Z. No, like, I mean, yes, but also no. Like, you're going to have to work hard. And at the same time, you're going to have to be okay with the fact that, like, life is not fair sometimes, and you can work your booty off, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. And I think that's just life in general. Like, sometimes you just get dealt cards that you weren't really wanting. And I guess sometimes you have to know when to walk away, I guess. Hi, Denise. You're going to be, oh yeah, I heard that Texas is getting hit very, very hard right now, and that is tough. And we were thinking about going to the beach soon, but now I don't know if that's going to be happening. Tips for a thumbnail and what stands out. So for the longest time, I just used Canva for my thumbnails, and now I use PicMonkey, which I think is a game changer, because PicMonkey, like, you can actually outline your text and put cuter graphics like behind your text and all that. I would say make sure that which I'm not the best example of this, but I would say, like, make sure your thumbnails look original kind of to your channel. Not that my thumbnails aren't original, because I don't look at someone else's thumbnails and copy them, but I do something different every time. But that's also kind of like original to me, because I'm like, that's who I am as a person. I'm all over the place, and I'm just like all the time. So, but a lot of channels kind of stick with the same look. Like Emily from Crazy Cleaning Mama, I know she loves her mint cut, like this kind of color almost, and black, and then it's her videos when they pop up. And I feel like Loving Life as Megan has a typical look for her thumbnails. The main thing that I have heard is not to put too many words on your thumbnail, and I do think that that is a good idea. Also, as random as this sounds, my videos started doing better when I put 6 pictures on my thumbnail instead of 4. So there's like a grid on Canva that I use for how many pictures you put up. And there's just something about it. Maybe it's like maybe it's subconsciously people can look at the thumbnail and see that more is going on. But to me, 6 pictures have done better. So you can always try that out if you're wondering that with your channel and see, because I used to do 4 for the longest time. But yeah, just some fun text. I typically like to do like the first word or two with color and white, and then the rest with like black and white, just kind of play around with it. But at the same time, one of my videos, like not that long ago, I was just burned out at the end of editing the video, and I was like, I can't do a thumbnail. I don't want to do it. And I literally just like typed in words. I think I did like cleaning, organizing, decluttering, painting or something, and I hit outline, and it defaulted the color for me and everything. It was pink. And yeah, 6 pictures do make the words stick out more. And I was just like, this is it. This is going. And I think it's my highest watched video. Like, truly, I think it's one of the highest ones. So it doesn't always matter. It doesn't always matter. Well, thank you, Melanie. You know what, though, Amy? Like, I think it's great for people to be like individual and quirky and weird and whatever you want to be, because I can tell you, I do not get on YouTube to see somebody perfectly put together with a perfect house and everything clean and just kind of like wiping in circles on a countertop that's clean. That's not motivational to me. That is not real life to me. Also, with my vlogging channel, I'm trying to work on this too. There are some times where before I start vlogging, I'm like, you guys, we have got to pick up a little bit. We can't show the people we live like this. But I'm even working on that. I'm just kind of like, it's my life and it's not super clean. And I mean, it is, but then it's also not. So it's like, if people can't accept you for who you are, when you're being confident in who you are and you know who you are, then they don't deserve to see you almost. It's kind of like that. So it's okay that you're quirky and even weird. I am so weird. And sometimes that makes people more relatable, So I say go with it. Do not ever, ever change who you are to please someone else. Hi, Kim, you're here. The hotter mess, the better. Well, then my channel is where it's at. I've gotten comments before. They're actually super sweet and encouraging, but they're like, finally, a house that's actually a total disaster instead of these videos that are just called that. And I'm like, whoops. I know I do have a disaster, but it's kind of like, oh, wait, I'm one of those people that literally should be on Hoarders. Yeah, I think, and that's one reason too why I love my blogging channel is because I can talk more. I don't know if you guys have noticed, for those of you who have started channels or my friends on here who have very established channels, on my cleaning videos, when I start to talk more, like my face, or if I do a face intro or whatever, my watch time goes down, my viewer retention, everything goes down. And I'm like, is my face that bad? So I tend to just do voiceovers for those videos, but I love on my blogging channel that I'm like, no, I am here. This is what you're going to see. This is me. I get to talk. I started this channel and I get to control this channel, even though I can control the other one too. But I'm so glad the playroom is clean. Oh my word. Thank you, Fernanda. Yes, Megan. Yes. Is your extended family supportive of you? I saw a comment earlier that said, are your friends supportive too? And I don't know if it was from the same person, but so this is another thing that I think isn't talked about a ton. Is my family supportive? Absolutely. Everybody in my family pretty much knows that I have a YouTube channel. I think my mom watches my videos from time to time. My sisters used to, but it's real life. And they weren't really into watching cleaning videos before I started a channel. So I can't really expect them to be on the edge of their seats to watch my cleaning videos. And I never would expect that. I know my sister watches my vlogs and stuff because her kids like to see it, but they fully know what I do and they support it. My friends, to a certain extent, absolutely, especially my neighborhood friends, I think they get it. But until you do YouTube, you can't really fully understand what somebody's going through. And that's why I appreciate so much my friendships that I've made through YouTube, because it's just a deeper friendship where you can talk to them and they actually understand. Because what I've run into so far since we have been seeing friends again over the past few weeks is my friends are texting, hey, let's go to the pool at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or whatever. And I am supposed to be posting a video the next day and I need to film. In my mind, I'm like, how dumb does it sound right now that I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I actually can't come to the pool today. I have to film. I have to film myself cleaning my house. It sounds so dumb and it sounds it just sounds ridiculous. It sounds so dumb, even though they know and they watch my videos. They know what I do. But then I'm like, but I mean, it's so much more than just filming. I'm filming, I'm editing, I'm posting, and I'm making money for my family. It's just as much of a valid job as being a nurse is. I mean, I guess not really, because nurses save lives, but whatever, you get the picture. It's still a job and it's still what I'm pouring my heart into right now. And also my kids are very aware that we have YouTube channels and stuff, and they see me working really hard. And one day they're going to look back and really appreciate that I've put this time in for them, because I try more than anything. If I have to sacrifice time, I typically have to sacrifice it with my friends. but I try more than anything not to have to sacrifice time with my family. And typically that means that I'm staying up super, super late. So that was a very long-winded answer to your question, but yes, my friends and family are very supportive, but I feel like unless you do YouTube, you will not really truly understand how much work goes into having a channel. So it's hard for you to really be as supportive as you could be, if that makes sense. You could say you have to work. It's a job. I know. But they know my job is YouTube. So it's like, they get it. I mean, they get it, but they also like don't. And sometimes I find myself, which I would never say this, but sometimes I want to be like, you guys, like, y'all know that I am like how much money I make. Like, I'm not just like, I have to film for YouTube and like, I'm just over here filming for fun. Like, this is truly an income that is helping us. So I don't know. It's a full-time stay-at-home job. And that's another thing. So I was so proud and happy of like the title of being a stay-at-home mom. I think to the point where I was so stubborn with that title that I was like, I am a stay-at-home mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Nobody can tell me I'm not a stay-at-home mom. In fact, our group text for our neighborhood chat is stay-at-home moms of blank, our neighborhood. And the more I get into YouTube, the more I got into YouTube, the more I edit, the more I work, the more hours I put into it, the more, truly, the more money I make, the more I'm realizing like, I'm not a stay-at-home mom. I'm a work-at-home mom. And that's okay. And sometimes you just have to accept it. That is actually work. It's an actual job. The time sacrifice is tough and it comes in weird times, but I feel you. Yes, I know you do, Kim. You're just incredible. Somebody I look up to so much. Do you think posting on Instagram helps getting more views? Maybe, but like, y'all know, I mean, I just recently hit 10,000 followers on Instagram. And so I got like the swipe up feature or whatever, which is great and all, but you can see how many people swipe up and click on your stuff. And that pales in comparison to any of the views or anything that I get on YouTube. So, I mean, I would say if you have social media platforms, definitely promote your YouTube because it's part of who you are. But I don't know how, I think they go hand in hand. I'll say that. I think they go hand in hand. Who doesn't feel like a YouTube channel is not a job? Well, who does feel like it's not a job? Is that what you're saying? People who don't do it. I think they don't understand. Oh, thank you, Madison. She said, I always buy the t-shirts you show. I'm just such a t-shirt girl. I love them so much. Actually, my favorite outfit is like a sweatshirt and shorts, but it is in the 90s here. It is way too hot to be wearing that. Yes, Jackie, I'm so thankful for this community and not just in a way where I'm like, oh, I'm so thankful that you guys support me. Like, I truly enjoy supporting y'all too. Like, there's so much that happens behind the scenes that I'll never stand back. And I've said this about other issues too. I'm never going to stand back and be like, let me toot my own horn and show you guys what I've done and who I've helped and who I've talked to and like mentored in some small way. But like, I truly do, like, I care so much. I wish that you guys could see sometimes the stuff that goes on behind the scenes and how much like my heart truly is in helping, not helping you become like helping you learn to become somebody for yourself, like not helping you become somebody else, I guess. And my heart is so much in that. And to the point where I spend a lot of time on my Instagram messages in a place where nobody will ever see these messages, but that's how much I really do care for y'all, whether you have a channel or not. That doesn't mean anything to me. Like, I care for everybody across the board. So I hope you guys know, like, especially over on Instagram where I can communicate with y'all a little bit better, like I just will always be there for y'all. And I get nervous. Like, this is where I get nervous. Obviously, it's my job and I want to grow. Who wouldn't want to grow? Who wouldn't want to grow? Like, let's be real. But I also am scared to grow because I love y'all so much and I love where I'm at so much, and that if I do spend a few hours a night, I can get back to my Instagram messages. I feel like I'm going to be sad when it hits a point where I can't get back to everybody. And that's what I get nervous about. I don't know. It's what I lay awake at night thinking about. Are there any Instagrams that you would wait? That's Mark. That you'd recommend, like husbands of cleaning up. Everybody go follow Mark Thornton on Instagram. The thing about him is this is exactly what I was talking about. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. It's a hymn. Mark is riding on the coattails of my success, my very small success. And he wants you to go follow him for no reason because he doesn't even post that much, but he'll make you laugh from time to time. Do you have to have an Instagram when you start a YouTube channel? I mean, no, you don't have to, but I definitely would. Like, truly, they go hand in hand. Like, it helps so much to have that too. So a lot of friends that I have started a separate Instagram for their YouTube. I don't really see the need in that because to me, I'm like, my friends are going to support me no matter what. And if they don't, then they're not my friends. And I don't just throw stuff in people's faces. Is it raining? But you either like it or you don't. So that's one word for Mark Carroll. He is creeping. Do I try to switch up the titles instead of always doing the same? Yes, I definitely do. I know he doesn't post. He needs to post. But this is something I get made fun of in a sweet way from like my YouTube friends. I don't stick typically to the popular titles like Ultimate Clean With Me and all that. I'll do those from time to time. But I typically come up with my own titles. If you guys have noticed on my videos, I have the most random titles. I had a super duper clean with me the other week that did really, really well. I've had a what are some of the other ones that I've had on my channel? I can't remember, but Amy was making fun of me the other day and she was doing it in love, but she was like, you don't even like have to spell your thing. I mean, I do spell them right, but sometimes I'll add like a bunch of E's to them. Let me see. I mean, I think I was the one that started the massive clean with me. Like the other day I did a quick and thorough. One day I did a huge clean with me with like 8. Well, I didn't add a lot of U's. I just added a lot of E's. So that doesn't really huge E. But it actually did really well. The huge with a bunch of E's. That's another way where I'm like, I'm just going to make this me. Yeah, it has 320,000 views. That's the one where I didn't want to do the thumbnail, where I just made it all pink and white. 2020 huge with a bunch of E's, declutter and clean and organized. And I don't know, that can always be a way that you make things your own too. Hi, Anna. You're the best. Such an amazing mother. Your YouTube channels and Instagram. I love how you make your viewers feel like they're your friends. Thank you. I mean, because I do feel like y'all are my friends. And that's where, like, when I do get messages on Instagram and then y'all, like, I respond to y'all and then some of y'all are like, oh, my word, I can't believe you responded. I'm like, I'm always going to respond unless it's, like, a little bit creepy. Yeah, I've thought about doing a Facebook page. I don't know. I feel like I have heard, you guys, I don't have the light on in here and it's getting darker and darker from the storm. So, whoops. I have heard that people are super, super mean on Facebook and I'm just not really into that. So I have held off getting a Facebook for that reason. Thanks, Jackie. Yeah, like I try to mix it up. You know what I need to do? I need to put a box on my Instagram where like y'all can come up with some of the titles. Those of you who don't have a channel, I guess, because if y'all have a channel, you would just use those. And then I can like shout y'all out in the description box or something, because sometimes it's like, I'm just going to throw up whatever title I want to. I'm terrified for what Mark's saying. I think every other video Mark should pick your thumbnail. sometimes I want him to make my thumbnails because I think making my thumbnails is my least favorite thing to do out of the whole thing. I heard some people can't stand voiceovers or whatever. I love voiceovers. I'm like, any chance for me to just be able to talk, I'm there. Mark can tell you. Sometimes he falls asleep to my stories, and by sometimes I mean almost every night. Can you talk about media kits and how to create one? I don't think I can really like fully speak to that because I actually never ended up making one. But my friend Cambria, do you guys watch Living with Cambria? Y'all should message her if she had a media kit one time, and she sent me like her template for it or something. I never did it, but it looked really good. And I know that there are templates on Canva too, where you can just fill out the media kit there and use it. But I mean, I've never done it, and I haven't really seemed to suffer from it, so I don't think you have to have one. But two Dr. Pepper clean with me. That is amazing. Oh my word. I think I'm gonna make that happen, you guys. That is so funny. Story times. Yeah, people say that voiceovers are their least favorite. Yeah, Cambria is. She works so hard at her channel. Yes, Kim, so true. Media kit on Canva. I saw that the other day, actually. I just never ended up making one because I put off like doing any kind of sponsored content or anything like that for so long that by the time I wanted to do any of that, I ended up just going with a company. So there's something else. Oh, so I would love to hear from my YouTube friends on here things. Okay. So if you guys use iMovie, y'all shout out the things that you do. And hopefully most of you use iMovie. I know some people are fancy. I feel like Amy Fritz uses something different. But I would love to know, so we can get some different approaches, like how fast you speed typical clips up to, what you put your voiceovers up to, like the number, and what you put your music to, like the number on that too. And because what's so funny is like I've talked to people who don't adjust their settings at all, and I was just so baffled by that. Like I could not believe it. Okay, 4 times, voiceovers at 200 and music 30. Okay. Well, I had a friend who kept her music, or some friends who keep their music at 100. Voiceovers are your least favorite. Oh, Kim, let's start a podcast together. Oh, wait, Victoria, are you talking to me? You might be talking to someone else, but Kim is the best. She should absolutely start a podcast. Am I supposed to make an Oh My Word t-shirt? I feel like I missed stuff, you guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so Amy Darley, because she and I talk almost every day, so I feel like she's somebody I can speak about in that way. She puts her clips on iMovie, and then she speeds them up, and then she adds her voiceovers, and then later she adds her music. Well, and it works great for her. Her videos are incredible, but that's not all how I do mine. I add all my clips. I lower the voice on everything, so the sound. I speed everything up to 350 because typically I'll end up laundry. Sometimes I speed that up to like 1,000. If I'm ever painting, I speed that up to like 2,000. If I am wiping a counter down, I'll slow that down to like 300. Kim, I am down. But I find that I have to go in and add all of my music first and then do my voiceovers, because the music doesn't fade out the way that it would if I put my voiceovers in first and then the music. It's so weird. It's just what I've noticed for me. I still lower my music on, like, there's a clip. Here's a voiceover clip on iMovie. Then there's a music thing underneath it. I still, click and then R and drag it over and lower my music down to like 2 or 3. But if you add in your voiceovers first and then add your music in, it fades out of your music way too soon. So you have a music fade out, and then it's like, no music, no music, no music. So here, guys, I'm cleaning the stovetop. And it doesn't sound right for my videos. So I have noticed, like, I have to do all of my music first and then my voiceovers and then lower. Then that's just what I do. You feel like you're rushed when you talk? Okay, so everybody does it the same as Amy, but it doesn't sound right for me. It fades out the music too soon. And I would say, so here's what I do. I raise all my voiceovers to 382. That's just what I do for mine. I lower my music down to 22 on iMovie, and I speed everything up to 350 at first, but then I told y'all I kind of adjust the speed after that. Yeah, Final Cut is so much more fancy. I gotta drink, my throat's so dry. I think iMovie is like very user-friendly as far as it's for newbies, but it doesn't quite work. I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't know. It's not like the best, I will say that. You put your music in first? Okay. I've done it both ways, and I've just noticed that because you have to do a fade out of your music before you talk, or else it's like music, 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 and then just silence. And then I've noticed some people don't like fade out their music a little bit, and then they're just immediately talking, and it doesn't quite sound right. So like, you definitely want to fade it out. But if I put my voiceovers in first, like I said, it fades it out way too soon, and there's no way to adjust it. I've tried everything. So I use Splice to speed it up. What bothers me is when the music is really loud and the voice is lower. Yeah, I think that's people who haven't quite, and mine maybe used to be like this a little bit more. I think it's people who keep their music at 100 when they should lower it at like to 30 or lower, honestly. If you're using iMovie, I feel like it should be 30 or lower. And then your voiceover should be like bumped up a good bit if you want people to hear you. The fade out is professional. Well, I like to be nothing but professional over here. I know. I feel like a lot of people use like Final Cut Pro or like Premiere Pro, but I don't use either one of those, so I can't really speak to that. It annoys me when people start a song, 3 seconds, talk, and then they don't use that song again after. I can see that. So here's my experience. I have found some songs that I really, really love on Epidemic, but you guys know I don't really cuss, and I do love Jesus. So if anything on there is like inappropriate or even says like OMG, I don't really say that, and I don't let my kids say that. So I either have to do a voiceover over those parts, or like, especially any songs that have like not great words at all, but they have, I don't know. I just completely, if I like the song up to that point, I'll do a voiceover, and then I'll just like end the song and start another one, because I'm like, I am not about to have any kind of cuss word, but especially the really bad cuss words. I'm like, I would never, like, it makes me feel sick to even think about it. I use a Canon G7X Mark II. I don't have it with me, but it is really great and super easy. Okay, so the messy bun here, Megan, is somebody who has a good bit of experience with like filming and editing and all that. So I bet she could have, you guys should go follow her on Instagram. She's so sweet and fun. Voiceovers up and music lower. Yeah, it makes a huge difference, because when you watch it back, you you can realize sometimes where it's like you hear the music so loud and then their voices are really, really quiet, and you don't want to like frustrate your viewer. So it definitely helps to make some adjustments. Like might not even be 3 seconds. No, I get that, Victoria. I get it. Oh, thank you, Heather. I try, like, you just can never please everybody with your music. You play music that you love and people don't like it. You start playing music that you feel like other people might like, and you don't really like. I don't know. I just kind of go with whatever sounds good. So I get all my music from epidemicsound.com. For those of you who are newer and don't have a music subscription plan or anything yet, I feel like that's your best bet. You can sign up with them. When you have fewer than 1,000 subscribers, you can sign up with them for cheaper than if you have more than 1,000 subscribers, I think. Or is that that might be something else. Regardless, I have Epidemic linked in my description box, or you can go look at anyone's description box where it's linked, click on it, and you can get it. It's like either $10 or $15 a month, but you don't ever have to worry about copyright issues. So when I started my channel, I looked for free music and I was like, I'll just do this or whatever. And even though we thought we gave credit the way that it should be, all of those videos ended up getting flagged and I never made a penny for those, which I would have only made pennies anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. It's good that I learned early on, but oh yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. But I did quickly learn that Epidemic is just the way to go. They do have tons of music. You get tired of the songs after a while, but you would get tired of any songs, and it's just the headache-free way of posting music on your channel and not having to worry about it. I will say I put my Epidemic link in all of mine, and I'm sure a lot of people do too. After a certain point that you're on Epidemic, you can have a link that is a referral link, and you can post it. And if people click on it and if they sign up to use Epidemic, then I get 1 free month of Epidemic. So, I mean, it's kind of like a scratching each other's back type thing. And that's just what happened. So I can tell you that that's happened a good bit of times. And so I've gotten a few months free here and there on Epidemic. But again, it's only $10 or $15 a month. So it's not going to break the bank, and you're going to make much more than that on your channel. So it's totally worth it. Yes. So you have to have your subscription for Epidemic for the entire duration of your channel, or however long you want to make money on your channel. So if you are wanting to go a different route, like your videos will then become flagged because you cannot continue to make money if you don't forever pay. So it's a forever subscription. Kind of stinks, but it's not so bad, Yeah, Kim, go to your Epidemic and click at the top, and it just says like my referral code, and copy it and put it in all of your description boxes, and people can click on it. And then how do you add music to the video? I'm slow, so I might have to do a different video for stuff like that, because basically on Epidemic, when I'm on there, I just click download, and you download all stems or whatever. You download the entire song, and then it immediately goes into my iTunes playlist, and it immediately goes into my iMovie too. So if you click on iMovie and you click on audio at the top, and you can search for whatever song you just downloaded, and then you can drag it down into your movie for your video. I don't make money from my videos. That's the funniest part. Well, you'll get there, Netta. Like, everybody starts from somewhere, and you will get there. Do you have a certain amount of songs you suggest to use per video? I just have to use them for the duration of the video. So I would typically put in, so my videos are about 30 minutes and each song is like 3 to 4 minutes. So typically about 8 to 10 songs, I would say, is what I use. How long does it take for a sponsor to pay you? So does that mean how long from the time you do a sponsored video until you see the paycheck, or how long do you have to have a YouTube channel to get a sponsorship? Kim, don't listen to Mark. He is full of it. He is full of it. So I'll answer both questions. How long did it take to get the money from sponsored videos? If you're with a management company, you get paid a little bit faster because they just go ahead and give you the money and they get paid by the company maybe later. But if you are just doing it on your own and they're going to pay you, you typically don't get paid until about 30 to 60 days after you post a video. And then how long in the process of doing a channel do you get sponsored videos? You could probably do them pretty early on, but I mean, I would say they would probably be willing to pay you like a couple $100 or something for a sponsored video. And it's just not really worth all the time and energy and money that goes into a sponsored video to be like, oh yeah, sure, I'll accept, $200 when they know good and well that they should be paying way more, like don't settle. It's never worth it to settle. Oh, that's weird, Netta. I'm not sure. Yeah, it can. Mark he said he was working and I think he's downstairs. I think he's bored. Do sponsors reach out to you or were you reaching out to them? So whatever email address you leave in your, it's on your community tab, I think, or not community, but on your about info and in your box, all those people are going to start reaching out to you. But when you get to a certain point and do want to, or possibly sign on with a management company, they are already in touch with everybody like Home Depot and certain types of vacuum cleaners and like KiwiCo, like the videos that I just did on the KiwiCo boxes, which I love so much. I love so much. And I feel like I would never, ever, ever promote a product, that I wouldn't buy myself, physically just buy myself, or tell, I always think about my mom. If I wouldn't tell my mom, definitely go buy it. It's so worth it. I'm not going to promote it on my channel because that just gives me the heebie-jeebies. So, don't even remember what I was starting to say after that. Obsessed with the song Water Slide. I love that song so much. I try not to overuse it, but there's two different versions of it. There's the tribute version, which is a little bit slower. And then there's the one that's more upbeat that I love for my cleaning videos. It makes me really, really happy. Mark, come up here. Oh my word. I didn't even know that was Mark asking that question. I was like, what kind of creeper knows that I used the song Metallic Blood Taste in my video one time? Because I told Mark, I was like, this is the creepiest title ever for a song, but I'm going to use it. And he straight up, that was him commenting. Anyways, if it says a message is retracted, I don't know. Do people leave a text and then delete it? Okay, so as far as reaching out, you can 100% reach out to companies and see, well, I'm not going to share that until it happens, but I'm just saying let me, I was about to say something in my personal experience, but let me just shift and say something different. Say, this isn't what happened, but say I am obsessed with a Dyson vacuum cleaner and, I want to use it and I want it to be on my channel and I want to be sponsored. You can 100% reach out to them and it can go either two ways. They could say, we'll send you one for free and you can talk about it and maybe get a coupon code for your channel. And then you have to think in your head well, I'm getting a free vacuum cleaner and that would be really nice. And I can give my subscribers a coupon code. Maybe this is worth it, especially if it's something that's thousands of dollars, Or they might say, sure, we'd love to sponsor you in a video and here's what we'd be willing to pay you. Or they might not ever email you back again, which is a very good chance of that happening. I have to say, since I haven't watered down my channel with a ton of sponsored content, I haven't run into those issues quite as much, But don't be shy. What's the worst that could happen? For instance, let's just say Wayfair or something. If I found a rug on there or anything on there that I really, really loved, what's the harm in reaching out to the company and saying, hey, I have this platform that I really love and I enjoy making content for my YouTube channel and my subscribers really enjoy what I have to say. Would you be interested in sending me a rug? Look who's here.
It is a monsoon outside.
Do you want to turn the light on and say hi to my friends?
You don't need the light on. It looks fine.
Okay. And you never know, like Wayfair might, oh, that's kind of weird, but it's fine. Wayfair might message you back and be like, yeah, we'd absolutely love to send you a rug and blank, 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 or we'd be willing to pay you too. So, so when you do sponsors, you get it for free to keep. Absolutely, yes. You always get the product for free. And then on top of that, you get paid for it, which is what I was kind of saying. Like your goal probably doesn't want to be to just get a bunch of free stuff. Like your goal should be
unless it's like a car or something, maybe.
Your hair. Oh, I just poked you. Sorry. If you get up, you're so dramatic. Look, they're happy to see. You guys should see the rain. It's insane.
It is pouring.
I would love to work with Wayfair one day because I truly love them so much. How much do you reach out to a sponsor on Instagram? I have never reached out to a sponsor, right? Mark can help me with this, right? I have reached out to one company, which you guys might hear about soon.
Just one.
And it was something I had been wanting to purchase anyway. So I figured, why not? I took a chance. I reached out to them and they emailed me back and said, yes, we'd absolutely love to work with you. So
the people want me to do a voiceover soon.
Can you do it, babe?
We'll do it.
He's so
excited. At some point.
In like a year or two.
Look how many more people are joining now that I've come.
Hey, y'all didn't like just me?
Oh, it's fine. Thank you, Daily.
Daily Wad.
Is Daily Wad related to the Wads?
I know, that's what I was wondering. But no, that doesn't look like her husband. I don't know. Hey, party people, is that her husband? I'm so confused. Because that's what Kim says. She says, hey, party people. I
am actually working today right now. I'm taking like a 5-minute break, so I'm about to check out. I was just saying hi.
The rain is actually really, really peaceful. So
my employees are at home losing power, so I'm having to do all the work because we're not losing power.
We are on the same grid as like a local high school that supposedly we're not supposed to ever really lose power. We have one time, but watch us lose power right now.
Somebody just fell.
Who fell?
Sound like Bo. He's okay.
Oh, I love that. Okay, when he said, that's Kim. She said that was her husband. When he said party people, I was like, oh, that has to be somebody with Kim. It is 4:01 here. It is 4:01, which means I've been on here for 2 hours. 107 degrees there. Yikes. But anyways, I've really just enjoyed chatting with you guys. And like I said, it's not like I'm an expert at anything or know everything, but my friends and I have talked often about like coming up with some kind of website or spreadsheet or something for like sharing anonymously how much companies are willing to pay you for doing a sponsored video, because it's one of those things where I'm open with a few people about specifically how much you make for integrated content on a video, but a lot of times like you don't realize you could be making way, way, way more. So I thought it would be fun to have a place where you can say like, oh, so-and-so, like just say KiwiCo, paid me this amount of money and I have this many subscribers and I get this many average views. So you can kind of know how much to ask, because you only know so much from Social Blue Book. They're not always going to pay you what you're supposedly worth. So I think it would be really fun to have a website like that where people could know, like, you know, you don't downplay your worth, I guess. Yes, it's 4:03 now. Yeah, Kim and I have talked about this a little bit. Like, and she has she's been, I think, how long have you been doing YouTube, Kim? I don't know, but her channel is amazing. A few years. If you guys don't follow Kim, which I don't know who doesn't, y'all are missing out. She is so sweet. Can you guys make a living from YouTube? Absolutely. Yes. It is. It takes a lot of work though. And it doesn't just happen overnight. And I think no matter what kind of money was coming in from YouTube, I don't think Mark is going to like be one of those people that's like, I quit my job and I'm home.
YouTube doesn't provide insurance, which is kind of important.
Provide insurance. Or just like, what is that? like 401k and
retirement plan,
retirement and all that, which is incredible from Mark's company. So like we wouldn't just give that up, you know? That would help so much. Oh, what would help so much? I missed something.
I gotta
Hot
get back
and
to
human.
work.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you.
Y'all be nice.
Come back when you can stay.
No nasty comments.
Were there any?
I'm keeping an eye on that chat, even though I'm working. I've got 3 monitors in my office, 2 for work, 1 for this. So I'm watching y'all.
He'll come at you if you do something mean. Look at him running. His Instagram page it's Mark Thornton. I try to get him to post more, but he won't. What does he do for work? He is well, like, I guess his official title is like analyst or something. I don't know, but he does taxes and payroll tax for like a very, very large company in Atlanta. And he's been with them for 12 years and he's worked so hard and he's moved up in the company. And I think besides some of the really stressful thing, like, you know, dealing with billions of dollars, he does, he loves what he does. So that always helps. When you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. I don't really agree with that. Is that terrible? I'm like, I love what I do, but I work my booty patutu off on it. So, how the heck do you get 2 hours to yourself and your hubs works? We haven't gotten 10 minutes without kids. So my youngest kid is 4. Bo is 4. My girls, we had girls first. The Lord blessed us with motherly girls first. And my kids they're good kids. Like, I truly should even spend more time thanking God for the kids that he has given me. And I know some of that comes from our parenting, but some of it is just like, we got really lucky. And yet they definitely have their moments, don't get me wrong. But like, I gave them a talk beforehand and I told them like I was doing this. I wanted to chat with my friends for a little while, and Mark is working. And so I turned on a movie for them and I popped some popcorn and I just told them I would be done sometime between 4 and 4:30. And I said if they were good, they could have a popsicle. So, no, I'm not a part of that group. I've heard it's so catty, Grace. This has been super helpful. You answered so many of my questions. Thank you, Amy. This was a struggle for me because, like, not a struggle necessarily, but like, I want so badly to just have such a good and like deep relationship with y'all. That sounded a little weird. But I also am not always going to be the most knowledgeable person in the world about everything. Like, even when the media kit was brought up earlier, I don't have knowledge about everything. But I do know that, like, in any way that I can, and, you know, at any time that I can, I want to be the most help I can to y'all. And I do truly, truly believe, like, if your heart is in the right place and if you're wanting to do this and if you think this space is for you, like, there is always room for you. And really, regardless of that, maybe you're wanting to like grow your Instagram or just social media in general, or you want to start a blog or whatever, like, we're all in this community and this space together. And I just feel like, I don't know, that there's always, it always pays to be kind to people. I don't really understand the people who are just kind of in it for themselves and also think that they're like, they kind of like walk on water, you know? I'm like, I'm over here struggling and doggy paddling through my life. And, but it's working, you know, we're making it work. So sharing is caring. Thank you, Kristen. Kristen is so sweet and precious and one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen in the world. You really are, Kristen. You're so pretty. Yeah, there's no secrets here, I guess, except for like literally saying a dollar amount, because I think I would get kicked off YouTube, which is a little bit frustrating. But I really don't have secrets, and I want to share stuff with y'all, and I want y'all to feel encouraged. I don't want you to walk away from this thinking like, oh, well, I'm never going to start a YouTube channel if it's that hard. I have to share the realistic side of things too. It's not fair for me not to to share the hard parts too. Hi, Brittany. That want to share how they do things. Oh, that don't. Oh, I read that one. Thank you, Jessa. Doggy paddling through life. I know you feel me so much. Oh, man. Kristen, I feel like I've had the slowest growing Instagram of all time. And it's so bizarre because I've talked to people who are like, I don't even try, my Instagram's growing. I have done a couple giveaways lately, mostly just because I feel like these times have been hard for people. And I'm like, well, might as well give them what makes me happy, which is a vacuum cleaner or, I don't know, just whatever. And that's helped a little bit. But I think the trick that they say on Instagram is you're supposed to post every single day. I don't have time to post every single day. As of right now, I don't. And what I read one time is the rule of thumb is the sweet spot of hashtags on an Instagram post is anywhere from 11 to 14 hashtags that you should put on each post. And I do try to do that, like 11 to 14 hashtags. I know it sounds weird or whatever. It has helped a little bit. But I think posting more consistently, trying to post at least 3 to 4 times a week on your feed, which, Kristen, I think you're pretty regular with posting, right? I am not. I've got to get better with that. Hi, it's okay if y'all are just hopping on. And I honestly totally understand if nobody watches the replay of this, because who's going to sit and watch somebody talking for 2.5 hours? YouTube is hard and it's tricky and it's hard. And Brittany and I have even talked about this before. It's just so crazy how like some channels just really, really take off. And honestly, you could even try to fully recreate their content and what they're doing and their hashtags and their tags. You could copy everything and your channel's not going to take off. Sometimes YouTube smiles upon people and says like, you know what? You're somebody that I'm going to let grow. And then sometimes they're like, you know what? You're working so hard and we're just going to put you on the back burner. And sometimes there's nothing you can do about it, and it stinks so bad. I got burnt at the pool yesterday. Can y'all tell? If you see 9 million questions from me that were missed and can't answer them all. Oh, well, Jamie, I want to answer your question. So hey, here's this. If you guys are still here with me and I didn't answer your question, well, first of all, if you're still here with me, I would love for you to comment in the comment section too that you were here, because YouTube doesn't really take into consideration the people that were here in the chat with me. It's almost like this chat goes away and nobody even leaves a comment. So I would love for you guys, first of all, just to leave a comment on this video when it's done. And then also, if there's a question that I didn't get to, please leave it in the comment section, because I will 100%, I promise you, I'll answer every single question, and then it will be there for other people to see if they were to come back and watch this video or maybe didn't want to watch me talking for this long. So please come say hi there and leave any questions I didn't get to, because I'm real sorry about that. Because I don't know how to do much, but I'm learning. Carol, that's all you can do is learn. And honestly, I think everybody can say that about something. Like if it comes to Twitter or Snapchat or pretty much anything other than what I do on my daily life, I don't know how to do anything. Or even other cameras, like besides my Canon G7X, I don't know how to work other cameras. In fact, my pastor was like, well, let's start, he was talking about me filming some baptisms or like baptism stories. And I think he thought because I have a YouTube channel that I just have all this knowledge of filming. And he was like, how about we cut away and do like a something in and a cut in and a jive in and a do flippy. And I was like, I just hit record on my camera and that's all I know how to do. And I have no skills whatsoever. So I was like, I'll come and be there and I'll learn, but I don't know what I'm doing. So 6 kiddos. And I think it's a piece of, because structure. Well, that's amazing that it is so easy for you. I'm going to stick to that it's doggy paddling for me. Hi, Cassie. I'm so happy that some of y'all are still here. I promise I'm not going to keep rambling on and on, but I can also do some lives on Instagram too and just chat with y'all over there. Because then I can also flip the camera around, I think, and show stuff on my iMovie or Epidemic Sound or whatever you guys want me to. I just threw my bracelet on the floor. Whatever you guys want me to talk about. Your kids taught you how to edit. Honestly, I mean, kids know so much. Like my boys, even with their Nintendo Switch, they haven't had it for long, but they know I don't know how to work any of that. And they're 4 and 5 and they know how to do everything on there. They were just generic questions, nothing too important, but I'm glad. Oh, good. Well, I promise I didn't intentionally skip over anybody's question. I just tend to ramble, and when I ramble, my brain kind of just like shuts down. Clearly, y'all could see I forgot what I was saying half the time. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm so glad that y'all are here. Tripod, I bought, I think it's linked in my Amazon store, but it was like $30. I bought it off Amazon, the cheapest one you could find, and I've had it since I got my camera. So I've had it since day one. So I've had it for 1.5 years, and it's been great. Thank you, Joy. Joy Swam is just the most precious person. She has been there for me and just been so encouraging to me, and it just means so much. You guys have no idea. Oh, thank you for that bouquet. I love flowers. Love them. And I feel like there's even more that I could learn with like shortcuts on my computer and learning things, like different things to do in iMovie. I've even learned something recently for a video. I can't remember what it was, but there's nothing wrong with like not knowing how to do certain things and learning as you go. And there's something to be said for the fact that like you can admit like, I don't know how to do everything, but I will try to learn and I will try to get better every day, you know? Oh, hi, Roxy. Hi, I'm about to be getting off, but yeah, tripod is definitely a must-have. Like if you want to make your videos seem like less boring and less repetitive, you're going to want to focus on your angles and stuff, as weird as it sounds and as time-consuming as it can be sometimes. But the tripod allows you to be able to like point your camera straight down, almost straight down, and like at an angle, you know, like at certain things that you couldn't do if you just propped your camera up on something. So a tripod is well worth the money. And I seriously bought, like I always do, the cheapest tripod with the best reviews. And it has worked amazingly for me. So yes, we're always learning. Kim, I know you know. You probably know way, way, way more than I do. That's why I try to preface all of this, like on Instagram and on here. I am absolutely no expert, but I know more than I knew when I started. And I like love to share what I know with y'all. So, okay. Well, do not forget, you guys, if y'all have any questions I didn't get to leave them in the comment section. I don't wear foundation. I talked about this in a vlog one time. Like, I mean, my freckles are really popping because I was out in the sun yesterday, but I just find that foundation or anything like that covers up my face, and I don't really care to cover up my freckles. So I just dot a little bit of concealer underneath because, you know, mom life, and sometimes some blush, sometimes bronzer if I'm feeling real like fancy to contour, but that's pretty much it. And mascara, obviously. Jackie, I'm so sappy. I'm so happy that you're here. Yes, and that truly is the thing. Like I care so much for y'all, and I hope that you guys know, like, y'all will never, even if I get bigger and can't keep up with everything, like, y'all are never going to be just like a number to me, or like, oh, look at the success that I've had on YouTube and Instagram, and like not care about what other people are doing or going through, because that's really one of the only reasons that I am here and have invested so much in this is because I really do care about y'all and your lives too. You're sweet. They're supposed to go back to school August 10th, but that will never happen. Hi, Anna, A&A. I had a friend named Anna in high school, and it was A&A, so that's why I said that. Yep, we go back August, but y'all, it ain't gonna happen. Anyways, it was so fun being here with you guys. I would say I can't believe that I've been sitting here talking for over 2 hours, but I 100% believe it because that's just kind of how I am. I am about to be filming a cleaning video because, like I have mentioned before, I'm a little bit ahead on filming, and I'm going to try to stay ahead. But honestly, like, I was looking forward to sitting here and chatting with you guys all day today, and it has been so fun for me and so fun to see so many faces on here, like so many names that are with faces that I just know and love, and you guys mean so much to me. There's nothing more annoying than investing time and then not getting anything back. I know, I agree with that, and I just want you guys to know that I care. Like, and I hope I show it too. It's so much different to just like have words and say that you care, but I truly do. And I'm just so thankful for you guys. So I really don't mind popping on here whenever and chatting with you guys. And I'm just thankful that y'all have, even this many of y'all are here with me for this long. So I will see y'all next time, or if there's anything that you guys want to talk about, we can always just have like a girls' time live. I wish there was a way too that we could do it in a different way where I could see y'all's faces. I don't know. Maybe I'd have to figure something out. I really want to do like a big in-person meetup too one day, but now with all these crazy times, I feel like it's never going to happen. But yeah, I guess we'll all go clean now. Y'all can do it. I have a messy house that I need to clean. I think my parents are going to come over here for the first time since, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't think they've been to my house this year. I feel like that's how long it's been. So I think they're going to come over on Thursday and we're going to see them. And so I need to get things cleaned up because they haven't seen my house in a while. But I love you guys so much. Truly, truly love you guys. Oh, my nails. Yes, I always just ask for white. A giveaway where you could win a Zoom meeting. I just would want to have a Zoom meeting with y'all. Like, maybe that's what we could do. We could plan like a Zoom time where I could see y'all's faces too. It'd just be hard with people talking over. I don't know. I can figure it out. But anyways, I could keep on going on and on and on. But I love you guys. I'll see y'all next time. I'm not sure. Mark and I will go live the third Thursday of the month. But I'm not sure when like I'll go live next or if there will even be a reason for it. But if you guys can think of any more questions, don't forget to leave them. And I will see y'all next time. Bye, friends.